Yeah, let me load my reality up real quick. So, just this quick update. You want to talk about, the recovery experience. You want to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion as it relates to substance use disorder. Let's talk about what it's like for black people who are in recovery from addiction in Western North Carolina. So, there's a young man in my program, and he didn't want to move to a halfway house, but he did. So he's in the halfway house. He's following the rules. He's going to work. He's the only black person there, so he's hit me up several times, just reaching out. I'm doing my best to make myself available, but I'm human and I'm only one person, you feel me? But I try to charge his battery up when I talk to him, because I get it. Like, I know what it's like. I was in the halfway house and I was the only black person when I was there. I was in going to the recovery meetings. There are many times where I would be one of the few black folks there. I had a home group that was the most impactful home group that I had in my recovery experience, and I was the only black person there. So it was times that I had to persevere through that, but it was a unique experience, and I did have to go over and beyond to make sure I was connected with other people who understood the cultural aspect of recovery, whether they was in recovery from addiction or they was just in recovery from a lifestyle. But I had to be intentional about having diversity even within my circle. But anyway, I could relate to what the brother was going through, so I'd always talk to him and hear from him and just tell him, like, yeah, man, it is a unique experience, and I would invite him to my groups and stuff like that. But today, it was like the starter broke the camel's back, because, he already the only black person in there, and then, somebody in the house had some drugs. And so when he seen it, he wanted to make sure it wasn't finna get blamed on him, so he done what he was supposed to do. And so the person who it belonged to had to go to treatment, but having to be available to talk him through what he's going through. You dig what I'm saying? Because now he's the only black person in there. He's the person that had to report this BS. Maybe somebody else in there may have knew about it, or maybe not. But like, these are the type of experiences that black people have in recovery, and in Western North Carolina it's unique. We have a ton of resources. It's the recovery mecca of North Carolina, if you ask me, but still it's not for everybody. You dig what I'm saying? And so there is a way to address that inequity, because black people are struggling with addiction too. Not to say that black people ain't struggling with addiction, because we are. We're working on ending that mental health stigma in the black communities of Western North Carolina. Salute Voices of Appalachia. But until that's ended, and until we diversify in a major way, we're going to continue to have to intentionally address the inequities that people are facing. And one of them is just like with the situation with him. And here's a tangible tactic. Listen up, listen up, listen up. Here's a tangible tactic. Okay, Philip Cooper is one person, and I am not the answer. You feel me? I'm the alternative, and I'm just one person. But there are other people who can be like me, available to work with, mentor, recovery coach, support those black people who are coming into recovery who don't have strong networks yet, because they're running into a unique experience because they're one of the few black people. So it's not easy for all black people. You feel me? So how do we address that? We have to be intentional about investing in recovery initiatives that have diverse staff. You feel me? And it might not be a staff of peer support specialists. It might be a staff of community health workers that's trusted from a community that's very familiar with the recovery resources of a community. You don't got to be in recovery to support somebody. You dig what I'm saying? And so when we look at this cultural aspect of it and the racial disparities, you know what I'm saying? If we're serious about equity, we have to be serious about the intentional about addressing it. And that's my idea. Intentionality in investing in people, black people who can be available, community engagement, points of contact for people like this brother that I was just talking about. This just happened. I just got off the phone and I told y'all I'm ramping up my YouTube channel because it's time, and I'm experiencing too much for me to keep it to myself. And when I be in my vehicle, a lot of times I be ranting and raving to myself, like just complaining and praying, because I be praying. Don't get it twisted now. He love the Lord, but you know what I'm saying? I be praying about the stuff that I be going through, you feel me? And as I'm talking about, I'm like, man, I got to start getting this content out there, putting it on my YouTube channel. So y'all just heard it from me, about what it's like being blackity black and being in recovery, you know what I'm saying? And the things that you experience. So if we're looking at improving the recovery process for all people, then maybe I need to have a conversation with somebody about how they can invest in this, and we hire up some more people to do kind of what I be doing. Because right now I don't got the capacity to do it all. And these people be needing help. So I'm going to be a squeaky wheel. I'm going to be a squeaky wheel because I know I can't do everything. and my reputation ain't finna get tainted because I can't help people because I'm human and I can't do everything. I'm gonna start holding the system accountable. Since equity is a priority and racism has been declared a public health crisis, it's time to hold the system accountable. Let's talk about them resources and the redistribution of those resources. My name is Change Agent Cooper, and I'm not the answer, but I'm for dang on sure the alternative.